Today's video is part of a series of videos where I create all of the different chart types we have in Excel. For today's video, we're going to be creating the waterfall chart. So this is what a typical waterfall chart looks like. And we just have different, versions using different data sets. So I'm just going to click through all of this. We have this one, which is much larger, and we also have this really large one with a lot more data points. Anyway, that's it for our introduction. If you want to watch other videos in this series where I create all of the other chart types, you can check out the description box below to the links to all of that. Alright, let's get started. This is the data we're going to be using for this tutorial. It's a very simple and straightforward one. So this is what we have. We have our category and then we have our value. So I'm going to hold Control and Shift, then my right arrow and then down, insert, go over to recommended charts, and then I'm going to go to all charts, waterfall, and then I can click on OK. And we have our first waterfall chart. So how a waterfall chart works is pretty straightforward. We have here 10,000, then there's another increase by 2,500, and then there's the decrease of $800, another decrease of $700. So that's just how a waterfall chart looks like. Let's move on to the next one, example 2. I'm just going to once again select the category, Control Shift left arrow and down, insert. Let's see another one. I'm going to select recommended charts, all charts, and we are going to use the waterfall chart. Now I can see this one has more decrease. So we have an increase of 20,000, decrease of 8,000, another decrease of $4,000, decrease of 2,000, increase of 1,500, and then this is the value we have here. So it's around what is it, just in between. So let's say $7,500 as what is left. So let's move on to the next one. I'm going to go to example 3 and select these values. Let's insert recommended charts, all charts, and I'm going to select this. So we start out with a value of $15,000, and by the time all of this happened, it's just above $15,000. So that's how a waterfall chart goes. It essentially goes up or comes down depending on the increase or decrease. Is a way to view negative values without having any real issues. So let's go ahead and insert it. See another shape. I'm going to go to all charts. You can select from those recommended charts, but I like coming here so we can see this. We have yet another shape. So this one, it's more balanced. That we're ending up around here. Let's see, just right around here. I'm going to move on to example 5. Let's see another set of values. I'm just going to go to insert recommended charts, all charts, and this one has mostly negative. We have one positive value and the rest are all negative, so we can just see maybe continuous expenses or things like that. So this is the current value where it is, just it's what's left is around just under $4,000. Let's now move on to example 6. Let's create this one. This one is a much shorter one. Insert recommended charts. Let's use recommended charts from here, which is a waterfall chart, and this one has mostly positive values. It does have a negative value, but mostly positive. I can move on to example 7. I just want to create something with much more data than what we've had, so I'm going to create this, and this is a much longer one, so I'll just increase it. So we have 12 data points here. So starting of 8,000, end is around, well, it ended up being just around the same point at almost 80,000, just under 80,000. So let's move on to the final one, and I'm going to insert recommended charts, and once again I'm going to click on waterfall charts. So based on the labels this data has, you can tell what it's calculating. So typically you have to do all of these subtractions, additions, all of that to get the end balance. With something like this, initial profit, sales team, marketing team, so on, whatever it is you are trying to check, maybe it's just how much did this entire process cost, where we're getting income, expenses, all of that. So yeah, this is the final waterfall chart. I know I really didn't focus on formatting of the charts in earlier charts in this series. So if you watch like the first 3, 4, 5 videos of this series, I actually focused a lot on formatting. So you can check out those ones and you'll see how to format charts and so on and so forth, because most of that can apply. I could select some of the default, so it's more has to do with the colors, shades, all of that. You know, pick whatever one works for you. I tend to like dark themed charts, although this one isn't really balanced, but I tend to like dark themed charts. But anyway, that's it. I'll just pick the style one, which is typically the default. Yeah, that's it for this tutorial. If you want to watch other videos in this series where I create the rest of the chart types we have in Excel, you can either check out the description box below for the link to the course playlist or the links to the individual videos, or you could click on the playlist on screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.